35, 40, 35, 40. He's gonna go. It's time people feel us.
Big Red Junkies.
Day by day, he gets better and better. Team is MVP. If we die, we die.
Man, put a child in that. Put him in the aisle.
Bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Well, that happened.
It did. No beer cracking today.
No, we're not going to drink today.
Well, I'm going to drink today because it's Saturday.
Well,
but it's going to be drinking in sorrow.
Yeah.
For the first time this season.
Be drinking to drink, not drink to celebrate.
Yeah. 31-24 Illinois at home.
In overtime.
Still haven't won an overtime game since Iowa in 2014. Haven't scored any points in an overtime game in our last 8 games. I didn't have any faith in what was going to happen in overtime just simply because of the way the fourth quarter had gone. There's so much going on. I was overreacting. I was running our Twitter account last night. I was overreacting to stuff in the moment.
Oh yeah, I had to just turn my phone off and go do other things after the game. I wasn't here for it.
For anybody that's calling for Matt Rhule's head today, you sound stupid as fuck.
Yeah, you guys can go fuck off.
Stop. Just stop. You sound dumb. But at the same time, for those of you that are severely questioning whether or not Ed Foley should keep running our special teams, that's a legitimate question.
That's been a legitimate question for the last 3 years.
Well, 2 years.
2 years.
Been here since last year.
Yeah.
But like I saw an article by one of the other podcasts out there that's been out there for a long time. They read a bunch of articles too. That was calling for Matt Rhule's head. He's 8-8 since he started here, and he's had enough time. Don't give me that shit. He hasn't had enough time in college football today. Blah, blah. Suck my fucking dick. Shut up.
No.
You can't change the culture of a place in under 2 years. Completely.
And I'm sorry, but we were fucking in this game against a very good Illinois team.
Way, 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 way wrong were we about Illinois.
Yeah, and that's totally fine. They were a great team. But we weren't in this game near this close 2 years ago.
No.
If it's the same team 2 years ago, we get our asses handed to us.
And so many people look at the fact that we beat them last year, and then they come back this year. And I mean, anybody who doesn't think that quarterback is a legitimate Big Ten quarterback this year, you're out of your fucking mind.
He's just got a good head on him.
Altmaier was as effective and as good as Dylan Rhule has been through the first 4 games. He absolutely was. He didn't put up as dynamic of stats last night, but Dylan Rhule was forced to because we couldn't run the fucking ball.
Yeah. No, their interior defense was outstanding.
Yeah, they came in with an excellent plan.
Yeah.
They came in with an excellent plan to stop us on offense. Dylan Rhule is just a gamer. He made plays. We have a couple dudes on offense that made plays. This is the first game that I actually felt like Thomas Fidone was a net positive in the game.
Yeah.
Like ever.
Yeah.
I have nothing negative to say about the way he played.
He had 2 different drops that I wasn't very happy about, but in general, he played pretty well.
He made some big plays that kept us in it down the stretch, and that's what stuck in my mind.
And there is no question that Dylan Rhule is a fucking baller.
Yeah,
holy cow.
It was almost obnoxious first of all, that was the best call that we'd had on any of our first 4 games. Those 2 dudes calling the game last night were good.
Yeah.
But it was almost obnoxious how much they were slobbing all over Dylan Rhule throughout that game.
It's hard not to.
I know it is.
When our defense is playing as poorly as they did, clearly people are starting to figure out Tony White's system, and there's some changes that need to be made. Because they knew exactly where to go with the ball the entire game. I don't even know. Yeah, we had some players out. I didn't realize until at game time that Tommy Hill was out.
No.
But we didn't have enough players out that they should have been able to move the ball on us like that. And they had no issues the entire game.
No.
And so to have that going on with the defense and then have Dylan Rhule still picking the offense up, like they started out flat. I texted you that. The whole team kind of started out flat. And Dylan Rhule by himself picked the offense up and they went and scored the points they did.
Well, he had Jamal Banks help in the beginning of the game. And then he had Nayer's help in the middle of the game.
Yep.
And then he had Fidone's help towards the end of the game.
Mm-hmm.
But there wasn't consistency across the field. For some reason, I don't understand it. We have absolute lightning in a bottle, Jalen Lloyd. We have absolute lightning in a bottle, Jakari Barney. Supposedly Nayer's just as fast as Jalen Lloyd. Why we can't take the top off of defense right now, or we're not trying to, I have no idea.
It more feels like we're not trying to.
And
I don't know if maybe
weird.
I didn't go back and rewatch the game yet. I just wasn't in a mind space to do so.
You were at a 1-year-old birthday party all morning.
I was
The game ended at 11:30 last night, and you were at a my 1-year-old's birthday
It was
party.
a great party
All morning.
But I haven't gone back and looked. It seemed like they had the top covered pretty heavily. Like they were waiting for us to try and throw the ball.
There were excellent DBs on the back end, but a lot of the thing
Which is
that
why we had so much over the middle.
well, yeah, but there's so many people that this has got to be the best secondary we're going to play this year to this point. A lot of people are forgetting Travis Hunter's in the secondary at Colorado.
Yeah,
we made good plays in that game. We made good plays in this game. Our defense was the main problem, and our special teams.
You got to put almost all of this on the defense.
Yeah.
Yes. For some reason, we decided to trust the game to the hands of a backup field goal kicker towards the end. Whatever. We don't need to talk about that. But the defense let them just do whatever they wanted the entire game. I don't understand how that happens.
I mean, we got stops, but the people that are, you think about the fact that we stopped them on 4th down twice.
After they drove the field.
But the last one shouldn't have been a stop. That for those griping about the no call late hit, quote unquote late hit out of bounds, and the last drive for us, we don't have that drive, at least without getting a kickoff because they were going to score. If they had actually thrown the flag on the face mask that was on the 4th down that Altmaier didn't pick up, running it out left when Hutmaker drug him down.
A lot of hands to the face and face mask from us.
A lot of them.
And just personal. We almost
60
gave
yards
them
and personal fouls on defense.
Yeah, we almost gave them an entire drive worth of personal fouls by the end of it.
Two different plays of 15+ yards, they got a personal foul tacked onto.
Yeah.
So they had 30-yard net gains plus both times.
Now, I will say that the one of MJ Sherman where it looked like he was punching the guy, I really think he was just going for the ball there. It wasn't a good look.
I agree with you, but at the same time, the guy's on his back, the play's dead. Why the fuck are you trying to punch the ball out?
It's just not paying attention. I don't think it was as egregious as it looked.
It is what it is, and I agree with you on that. But still, the play's dead, the play's over. This is discipline.
Yeah.
I posted on our stuff last night, out-coached and undisciplined. That's the plain and simple of it. I think Satterfield is the only one that called a good game. I think he did call a good game. I don't agree with putting a 4th-string tight end as the only option on a 3rd and 3 play in the borderline red zone
to score
on a game-winning drive. To score a touchdown when all you need is 3 yards.
Yeah. Yep. No, I agree with that.
I don't agree with it, and I absolutely disagree with trusting a backup walk-on kicker in the biggest, most intense moment of Nebraska football in the last decade to come in and hit that.
Yeah.
I don't trust the walk-on. I don't trust the walk-on snapper.
Yeah.
I don't trust the holder who is Buschini at that moment, who you can clearly see, even though Rhule said it in the press conference that it wasn't laces in.
Yeah, he didn't get the ball turned.
He had laces at quarter in anyway. And some people will argue that's not a big deal. It doesn't matter what it is. The moment had to be perfect for that kid to rise, and he didn't.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, the defense still put him in that spot.
Yeah.
I cannot believe that this Illinois team was able to put up 31 points on our defense.
Yeah.
So there's got to be a change in game plan here.
Yeah, well, it's a lot like seeing a superstar young pitcher come into the MLB, and the first time he goes through a team, he's mowing them down. By the second time those batters get up in the 4th or 5th inning, they got him figured out.
Yeah.
They've seen it once. This is the same thing as Tony White coming into the Big Ten last year. He shocked some people. We rode emotional highs for an entire year. Now you're talking about scheme. You're talking about coaching. You're talking about, last year we ran a lot of stunts. We ran a lot of blitz packages that put Altmaier in this game last year in extreme uncomfortability. For some reason, we think we're going to get home with 3 or 4 guys, sometimes 5, but we were rushing like the whole first quarter. Nash and Ty were on the field the whole first quarter getting double teamed.
Yep.
And so they were gassed for the rest of the game, and we looked like the lesser conditioned team by halfway through the 3rd quarter.
Absolutely, we did. They were exhausted. And I don't understand why. Wait, did we ever bring more than 5?
There was a couple times in the second half that we did, and we were successful.
Yeah.
We
one
put
of those was the
extreme
fumble.
pressure on him. Yeah. One of them, unfortunately, I think ended in a personal foul penalty because I think we got a late hit or an unnecessary roughness on Altmaier. But it's
He never in the entire game felt uncomfortable. Which,
I really don't think so. And at the same time, you look at we put some pressure on him, but he's got legs enough to get out of it. And if you look at how wide open the gaps were on the back end, that was terrifying.
oh yeah, so many times that he had somebody with an entire field of green space around him.
Yeah.
They could have scored 3 more touchdowns if you'd just been able to see the whole field.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for those griping about the time of possession in last week's game. You know, we technically won it by 20 seconds, 40 seconds. It clearly didn't do much for us. This was a very evenly matched game. The coaching was just in favor of Illinois, and the conditioning seemed to be in favor of Illinois.
It was an evenly matched game through the end of the fourth quarter. Yards were almost exactly the same. Time of possession was very close. And then, you get into overtime and the implosion happens and it's...
I get it. We lost a couple of guys. Tommy Hill didn't play. Corcoran got hurt. I hope he's okay. It sounds like it's going to be kind of serious. So we might be in search of a left tackle. Who knows? They need to figure out what the fuck they're doing with Mazuka. Kick him off the team or let him play because he's our best offensive lineman and we can't do shit in the run game right now.
Yeah.
We got to be putting our best guys on the field. I get it if he's not upholding some standard, if it's a fight with the coach, or that's the rumor right now is there was a fight with the coach with Rhule during the Colorado game. But who knows if it's school? Who knows if he's out of shape? Like, I don't know what the deal is, but he's been our best offensive lineman this year, and we're just not getting any push. We can't run the ball in the middle at all. And that should have been able to happen against this Illinois team. However, this doesn't dash our hopes for anything this season.
In fact, I think it might actually level our heads out a little bit. Ever since beating Colorado, everybody, including myself, has kind of been on a bit of an unrealistic high.
Yeah. Oh, we're national champions.
I'm not saying we still can't win 8 or 9 games this year.
I expected us to be 7-0 going into Ohio State. I did not expect Illinois to be this good. But I'll tell you what, I did not expect Purdue to be nearly as fucking bad as they were last week against Notre Dame. And if you recall, the week prior to that, a directional Illinois team beat Notre Dame. And they went and got right against Purdue. I think we've got an opportunity to do that. We're going to preview Purdue coming up on Wednesday night. Thanks for checking in, guys.
And this may be the most unbelievable night in Cornhusker football history.